An incredibly tight race for president here in Pennsylvania. Among likely voters, you see former President Trump just barely ahead, 50 to 49%. But when you drill down into the results of this poll, that difference is actually less than 1 percentage point. So really, it is a coin flip at this point.
On election night, all eyes will be on Pennsylvania. I'm telling you, if Kamala Harris loses Pennsylvania early, even though we might not get the results the same day because of corruption, but if Kamala Harris loses Pennsylvania, it's a wrap. And I'm going to get to some poll numbers and explain exactly why. Because this state is more important than any other state in this election. And both candidates, their surrogates are there. So much money is being sank into winning Pennsylvania. The battle of Pennsylvania is on, and the stakes are higher than ever. When you really dig into the voter blocks in Pennsylvania, it shows you that Pennsylvania is a microcosm of the entire union, because you have the cities that are heavily Democrat, where Kamala is going to sweep and win those big, and in all the rural areas where most of the people live are heavily Republican. So the biggest prize, obviously, is Philadelphia. The biggest stronghold, Philadelphia. Everybody talks about Philadelphia, and that's where Kamala is going to get the vast majority of her votes. Hillary and Biden both won Philly by a damn near 2/3 majority. Kamala is on pace to do the same, maybe, because Hillary won big, but Joe Biden won less than her. And the trend is that Kamala is going to win even less, especially with the fact that Philadelphia is mostly black voters. If you research this, you'll find out most of the voters, 40% of voters in Philadelphia are black. And what's going on with black voters in the Democrat Party? A lot of black men are leaving the Democrat Party in droves. So let's look at a couple of clips of what's going on with these black men in Philadelphia.
You can see when Trump was talking to the black journalists.
And it was because it was on Instagram. Trump is going to give police officers immunity. I've seen a lot of people disagreeing with that.
Inflation is killing everybody. Like literally, this blade on my clipper has tripled in price.
Inflation, everything is bananas. It's crazy.
The economic pinch may be shaving support away from Democrats. State voter registration records show a decade ago, Democrats outnumbered Republicans in Pennsylvania by more than 1 million voters. That advantage has shrunk to 350,000.
I think we need Donald Trump. I honestly do. I think we need a hustler back in our White House.
They need to be more hands-on, in the community. They need to be invested in the small businesses in every community in the United States of America.
As to skin color swaying their vote,
it's not enough. I don't think skin is enough. Skin color is enough. I would love to see her more in the black community, more in small business communities, to actually see what's really going on.
These are lifelong Democrats. They're not in love with Trump, but they see Trump as a viable alternative to what they are experiencing with their pocketbook and their wallet. They see Trump as a person who would have more of a law and order.
He says Harris being black and a former district attorney won't be enough to win them back.
I would imagine most of my members attach her to Biden. Those two are inseparable. So their distaste for Biden would carry over for their distaste for Kamala.
So as we can see, what these men are really concerned about is their pocketbook, their bank accounts, money. Even though people like Obama trying to guilt trip them, oh, you don't want to vote for Kamala, you must be a misogynist. Damn your business, damn that you're broke, damn that the cost of goods is high. Like the barber was explaining that his clippers are triple the cost of what they were a couple of years ago. No, damn all that. If you don't vote for Kamala, you must be a misogynist. But we got a lot of emotion going on. A lot of fear mongering has worked well on people. So we're going to look at this one guy blaming Trump for his father's C-19 death a few years ago.
My father was a big supporter of the former president, President Trump. And in the fall of 2020, my father was pretty much watched conservative, saw President Trump get sick with COVID. My dad said, well, President Trump's in the hospital, but he got out and he ripped his mask off and acted like there was nothing to it. My father said, well, look at the president. He got COVID and it was nothing. I'm going to go out with your mom for dinner. A week later, he and my mom had colds, and 3 weeks later, my dad died in the ICU on a ventilator with COVID-19 pneumonia.
And another big issue that's going on in Pennsylvania, where the Republicans really need to pay attention is abortion. Abortion is going to be massive. If we got anything from the 2022 midterms, is that abortion is a much bigger deal than Republicans thought.
I think so. But I think the Republicans are ignoring the fact of the Roe v. Wade overturn. I wasn't on board with that.
Oh, you weren't on board with that?
I wasn't.
How is that going to factor into your vote?
It won't. It's not enough. It's not enough of a reason to vote for her.
Republican voters broadly are giving Donald Trump wide latitude to make compromises on key issues, abortion being one of them.
Election is all about the economy and immigration, but they are ignoring one of the most important issues to voters, abortion rights, at their own peril.
It's now a state issue. Neither Kamala nor Trump can do anything about abortion at this point because of the Supreme Court ruling. Neither one of them are going to have the political leverage. Kamala's not going to be able to bring back Roe v. Wade through congressional action, and Trump is not going to be able to make a nationwide abortion ban, even though he's not even trying to do that. So it's a state's issue. It shouldn't even be relevant here, but it is. It is the most powerful weapon that the Democrat Party has, and they're going to push it. They're going to fearmonger. They're going to run scare tactics. You're going to see ads all over the place. And it works. It works because a lot of these people have their heads in the sand. They're not paying attention. Look at who their senator is. These people voted for John Fetterman, man. These people voted for a man who just had a stroke, who the doctor didn't even know how well he was going to recover. This man was literally mentally incapacitated. And they put him in the U.S. Senate to represent Pennsylvania. This is a preview, man. This is showing you how these Pennsylvania voters think, man. So it is going to be very tight. Even though Trump could win, the fact that abortion is such a massive deal and they elected John Fetterman shows you is up for grabs. Kamala could easily win this thing. And we have the surrogates, we got the celebrities. While Kamala needs singers and dancers shaking their ass to get people to show up for a rally to inspire people to vote, Trump is running around with businessmen. In fact, he has one of the biggest businessmen on earth in his corner who's advocating heavily for him in Pennsylvania. Elon Musk is running this $1 million giveaway, this petition in swing states, including Pennsylvania. You sign up online. And the details of that is a different video because the left is very upset with this. But he's giving away $1 million a day in Pennsylvania, and he's handing out these checks. And let's listen to Tim Walz being very salty about Elon Musk advocating for Trump.
Look, Elon's on that stage, jumping around, skipping like a dipshit on these things. You know it.
The pathway to 270 to win the White House begins and ends in Pennsylvania, these most important states.
Really, this is such an important state for both candidates, and you can see why. Well, first and foremost, 19 electoral votes for a swing state. That could be enough to push any candidate into the White House.
And this state is a must win. This state is worth 20 points, 20 electoral college votes. And Kamala Harris has to win it. We have this thing called the Blue Wall. Pennsylvania used to include Ohio, but now it's Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, and Michigan. And Kamala has to win all those. She has to win Pennsylvania. Trump has pathways to the White House without it. He can go win Georgia. He can win Michigan. He can win Arizona. He has multiple pathways to victory without Pennsylvania. But Kamala has to. That's why I said if Kamala loses Pennsylvania early on, it's a wrap. We can call it an early night because it's over with, even though we know the Democrats are going to pull some funny business. But without Pennsylvania, she's losing. And this is why Kamala Harris' campaign has so many issues, why she's cussing out her campaign manager, why the leader of her campaign in Philadelphia is being ridiculed heavily because they're having trouble, because it's neck and neck. Trump actually has that slight edge in the polls, and Kamala really ideally wants to be up by a few points, 3 to 5 points, but she's down a point. So they're panicking because she knows if she can't pull out Pennsylvania, she's done. Let me know what you guys think about this. Do you think we're going to get the results to the Pennsylvania election on the first night? Because we saw what happened in 2020. Trump was up big, went to sleep, woke up the next morning, all of a sudden 600-some thousand votes come out of nowhere, all in favor of Biden. Do you think something like that's going to happen again? How do you think the black vote in Philadelphia is going to turn out? Do you think a lot of these black men who are saying all this stuff, do you think they're actually going to vote for Trump or sit out the race? Like, share, and subscribe for more honest conservative commentary. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.